I'm telling y'all better be careful talking about y'all want to practice this dark magician work. It ain't in your best interest, especially y'all young ones. But then I'll give the young women a break and the young men a break, because a lot of the times when people are consulting y'all, they're not really looking for any work. They're looking for some youth energy. So, I can give them that. A lot of the times when because they can take a portion of that. If I want some youth energy, I'll call up somebody that's very young in their 20s or 30s, which I've never done that before. But you can call those people up and get some youth essences. So a lot of the times they're not coming to you for healing. They're not coming to you for those type of things. You know what I'm saying? They need energy. And you can get a nice, rich a resource of energy from young practitioners and stuff. That's why a lot of people like to have children around, because children are a burst of energy, and you can get a lot from them and stuff. I myself love that energy, that life, especially witches, that life that children bring to the gingerbread house. Okay. What am I going to be for Halloween? I'm going to be a witch. Okay. And see, that's another thing. The story, there's another story there where the witches would lure the children to the house with candy, cookies and apples and oranges and stuff. Now, I don't know about the making them sick part, but they would get the kids there because they needed the energy. They were grown, they were growing old, and they needed that burst of life. You know what I'm saying? And all of the evil wickednesses. I don't even want to use wickedness for anything like that, but just the vile mischief of poisoning little children and harming them with razor blades and stuff like that. That's a whole nother subject matter. I don't get into that. We're dealing with serial killers. And I myself, I am not into serial killing. But that's some of the darkest of necromancy, and it is necromancy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I did a video and I had to discard it, because I ran into some trouble in that video, honey. And I had to let that video go. But I was just talking about the weather here in the southern hemisphere. Here in the southeastern portion of the United States, the only thing I can talk about is the heat. This is October of 2016. The sunlight is intense. We're in a drought, probably one of the worst droughts in history. It's easy for me to say that, but because I've only been here 50 years. 50 years I've been here observing. I've never witnessed anything like this. Our Lake Purdy, is completely dry. If you want to look it up, look up Lake Purdy in Alabama. That's where we get most of our water to make it rain, because guess what? Nothing is the same anymore. The cute little cotton candy, white clouds, they have to destroy them so we can get our satellite waves, so we can have GPS and satellite TV and all those goodies, So those are our natural clouds that help it to rain. But guess what? They're our enemies now, because guess what? Y'all know y'all want to sit down and watch y'all some of that good old satellite TV. So they have to suffice by using lake water, river water, to seed cloud and give us rain. We won't be getting much of that. We're in a drought. They're conserving that rainwater, to produce hurricanes to cool it off. I was like, this is pretty cool. It's really cool at night here, October 2016. I gotta keep documenting it, because there are gonna be some people may watch this video in the up and coming years. And they will also witness the changes too, as we continue to decline. Like I say, this situation coming to an actual head may not be in our lifetime, but I got a feeling that it may. It just depends, But so we depend on this water from these streams. Well, not streams, but from large bodies of water to actually produce rain for us. But they are conserving rain, water for other places out in the Midwest, out in the West. The area is probably where they live. And it's going to get to a point you will have to pay for some rain. if you want it to rain on your property. If you need that rain to, you know, garden, or you got a field or something like that of cotton or corn or whatever, you gonna pay for that rain. I've tried to grow seeds here for the winter. They won't grow. Why won't they grow? You can't grow a seed with water out of the tap or the hydrant, like my daddy would say. That water must come from the sky. You see, this is what we're going to run into trouble as we say we're going to start, you know, getting 100% off the grid. In order to get 100% off the grid, you got to go to an area where they will allow it to rain sufficiently. If not, you're wasting your time. Like, I bought this property with the hopes of having rain, and we don't get it. The last time it rained adequately here was in January. It's October 2016. Unless you're getting a full day or two of rain, or at least getting rain 3 times a week or 2 times a week, you're not getting any rain. You're in a drought. So I'm going to drill a well. I'm going to hand drill it myself. Get the tools. I've seen it online to drill down to try to see if I can tap into a well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better do that, or y'all won't have no water. They can just turn it off today. You won't have any water, absolutely none. There's going to come a time where they're going to have regulations. You won't be able to have a well. They're going to regulate all of this as they continue to sell water, as they continue to, you know, be racist against us for water. That's the best word to put. Racist. Y'all look up what racism really means. You know, because that's just too. You can sit up and talk about color all you want. It ain't even gonna be about that. This is gonna be the race from now on: the haves and the have-nots. Ain't gonna have nothing to do with color. It's gonna be all about the haves and the have-nots. So ain't no sense in getting mad with nobody about the shade of their skin. Y'all got to stop. We got to stop that. I know cops are killing people, and cops are killing folks, and they tend to be white men. You understand? But they killing black, they killing Hispanic, and they killing white. Blacks might be getting it more. But that might be one of your enemies. But the real enemy is the haves. The haves are the real enemies. Did y'all know that? They will determine whether you live or die. Going out saying, I'm going to plant me a garden don't mean nothing if you ain't nowhere where you getting adequate rain water. Nothing grows with hydrant water. It'll come up, pop, and that's it. I've never witnessed such a phenomenon in my life. But it is here. It is here. Every cornfield I seen around here was dead. Only thing I saw was growing was cotton, but cotton is a drought plant. Government regulating what you can grow. I don't see fields of corn no more. When I do, they burn. I don't see fields and fields of tomatoes and loads of peppers and all of those things. Government import those. Yes. I remember my daddy having this conversation with me years and years ago. Y'all excuse me, I'm working on this wall in here. We already, as you can see, did the whatever you call that back there in the back, the tile. Now it's all about paint. This whole thing was painted, and the guy came here and ruined the walls. With grout. All of that up the top, that's grout up there and stuff. He didn't know what he was doing. You don't get grout all over somebody's walls right after they done got through paint. But research. For any of you all who are contemplating buying land, research where you're going. See how much rainfall they get. Observe the temperatures that they get daytime and nighttime. Because see, seeds have to be regulated in the right temperatures. It cannot be too cool at night for them. It has to be a certain temperature for tomatoes at nighttime. And it's so crazy. I'm getting an abundance of tomatoes in October. An abundance. But I'm competing with things that are hungry, you know. The birds are hungry. The insects are hungry. Everybody's wanting something to eat. Everybody wanting something to drink. I want to make my little bird oasis out there in the back of my shed back there. I want to start working on that soon. But it's a lot of projects I want to do. But I see that I need a greenhouse and I need to catch water. If we do have a rainy season, which in a lot of countries like the Honduras and countries like that, they make swales. Swales are little areas that hold pockets of rainwater in the ground until you need it. And that's what's going to be challenging but fun at the same time too, as I work against the geoengineering, you know, as I work also against the insects, the wildlife. It's going to be a challenge, but it should be fun because I'm documenting all of it. You know, so think about all of these things when you decide that this is what you want to do, because they're laughing. They're laughing. The mad scientists think it's funny. The people who control it think it's funny because what? Because they know that they're creating an environment that will not be conducive for life in the up and coming future as we continue to battle what they call a phenomenon of global warming. But that's not what it is. All of this is engineered. As they continue to fight for resources and go overseas and steal others' resources, all in the name of greed. It's going to be exciting as they destroy us, as they kill us with all of these different weapons they have in our food, in the air, on surfaces, everywhere. It's going to be a different place to try to survive in. We're like, oh, they're going to shoot us and kill us and everything. No, that's not what's going to kill you. It's going to be a lack of water, lack of food. And as I was saying on the last video, I was like, y'all, you know what? I ate a food product that said it was a non-food product. Let me tell you what was interesting about it. And I want to make sure that this is the product. I'm not going to call its name out yet because I got to go and read the box and make sure that was the one that I was eating. But on the box, it said it contained real pumpkins. And I was like, wow, real pumpkins, because I love pumpkin-baked foods, pumpkin soup. I love pumpkin. Matter of fact, I got to go out and get me a pumpkin because I like to make pumpkin cheesecake. Y'all ought to taste it. It is good. It's better than sweet potato custard pie. It's much better. And I like pumpkin soup and everything, so I make... take down a couple of chickens and make some pumpkin soup for Thanksgiving. Who knows? I got a turkey right now that's getting fattened up. He won't be ready to next Thanksgiving. Not this one of 2016, but 2017 he'll be good and fat. And I plan on giving him the best of corn and everything and sweetening him up with some sweetness and cane sugars and stuff like that, because I want that turkey to be sweet. But anyways, that's for all of you all who are into livestock. Not for those who feel like all the food must come from the grocery store and you're not allowed to grow your own livestock. But you're gonna wish you knew how to grow some livestock when your children start starving. Hello? You need to be teaching them how to plant some, because it's gonna come a time where you're not gonna eat real food. You're gonna eat non-food products. That's what's gonna keep you alive, and you're gonna be just barely him. But anyway, on the front of that box, it said real pumpkin, and I was like, oh wow. And it was orange, and it tastes so good, and I enjoyed it. But then I said, but let me read the back of this thing. In the back, it has sodium benzoate, sodium silicones, and sodium this and sodium that, and all kind of things made in a laboratory. But I'd never seen any ingredients that said it had pumpkin in it. I said, this is false advertisement. I know it is. How can you say on the front real pumpkin and then on the back it don't have pumpkin? But I soon figured it out. It said this is a non-food product of geoengineering. The first time in my whole entire life I've ever read that on a box here in October 2016. Well, they covered all spectrums. They didn't lie. They don't think they lying. You can't get them because they said, guess what? It's a non-food product. So it's not false advertisement to say real pumpkin if it is a non-food product of geoengineering. Read y'all boxes. Read what you're eating. What should we be eating? I'm guilty because I'm not eating it. Well, you shouldn't be eating in fast food restaurants. What you should be eating? Pure vegetables, greens, all of your green food products that you cook. Beans, legumes, as they say. Lentils, rices, fresh meat, and fresh fruit. Your oats and grains, nuts. That's it. You have no business eating anything else. I forgot about your tomatoes and your squashes and all of that. That's all you're supposed to eat. If you eat anything else that was processed, created in a lab, not in a bakery. This stuff is made in laboratories now. Then guess what? You are not eating what you're supposed to. And we will be punished for it. Wake up, family, to geoengineering. I will be back. Not just geoengineering when it comes to your food, but even your weather. Look this up. Somebody said that they have a patent on the sun. Any patent means it's man-made. I've been looking into it, but I can't prove it. The patent was made in 1966, 67. They say that the sun was made by man. If you don't believe me, look it up. Once again, look up the sun patent, and it'll tell you more. Hello, and goodbye.